So, if we look at setup, once your feet get further apart, very, very good, okay? So head's kind of just behind the ball there, okay? Maybe on top of the ball, but hands are slightly in front, which is good. Width the stance, very good. We've worked a lot, or you've worked a lot to be fair, should I say, on that right elbow movement going back. And you can see as you go back here now, the right elbow now is starting to bend and the arm is maintaining some sort of length to that. It's not collapsing and bowing inside. And we can see now your elbows are on a more level, even keel. We had some swings at your very first lesson, your left arm was kind of up here and you were kind of, you could fire a rugby ball. So the gap there was like a big old kind of gap there where this elbow would just lift up and very choppy. So getting into that better position here now, as you're starting to come back down, you can move down to that. There's a little bit more of an excessive drop than we really want, but I'd rather see you going this way than obviously going that way, sort of leaning back out of it, okay? So you're moving down to that left foot nicely. There's your impact position, okay? For me, the positives there, the head's behind the ball. The hands are in front. Head's behind. So a good strike position, okay? And then we can twist on through freely, allowing the body to kind of go through what that. Just sort of just backs up a little bit, as we can see, sort of just a little bit of movement kind of that way, ideally speaking. In time, and again, not necessarily too much too soon, but get yourself moving a bit more towards that as we would do, okay? You started kind of moving there. You then kind of moved it back out the way.
Keep going.
Yeah, just kind of keep going through the shot, exactly as if you're sort of swinging towards target, okay? As I said on the golf course, if it starts going wrong, which unfortunately it made on occasions, okay, just go back to working on those kind of one-arm swings, just go down the fairway, just swinging that right arm, very loose, very soft, hinge and bend as you go back. Just start hitting some daisies or some dandelions on the fairway. They're just striking the ground nice and loose, okay? So you get your right arm working as it wants to work, okay? The important thing with that right arm is to get that right arm, as you can see here now, kind of bending in there. If it kind of stiffens and locks up, you've got no chance, okay? Stick with the hybrid off the tee. Okay. If that's really having a meltdown, just go to 7-iron again or a 6-iron, okay? Make some longer shots with those clubs. Second shots off the fairway, 7-iron, and probably just stick with that one to start with. As you get within maybe 80, 90-ish yards from the flag, then you start going to the pitching wedge if you need to, okay? And playing some short shots. And obviously around the green there, very small little swings there with a wedge. Obviously the smaller setup, a bit more weight on that front foot. But generally speaking, stick those 4. Okay, if the hybrid's not behaving, go back down to the 7-iron, okay? But I think with a bit of practice, you'll get that hybrid going well. As you saw going to the driver with a lot longer swing, the first few shots hit the ground behind the golf ball. Then you kind of missed the ground, went to a 7-iron, you just kept swiping across the... Where's the bloody ground gone? Yeah, because you'd made adjustments to that golf club you've been using before to not hit the ground too far behind the golf ball, which is more of a setup problem rather than a swing problem. So, yeah. Okay, that kind of makes sense. And yeah, so progression-wise, I've got to say, really, really good there with that movement. Okay,
it's
much better movement. Yeah,
like you said,
but that's why I said we look at those. Once you got in that groove with that 7-iron, you had 6 or 7 in a row, really clustered nicely, like 130 to 152. I think it was the longest one you had. And then we changed to a hybrid. Some reasonable ones after a few shots. First few with Duffy, then went to a driver, hit the ground behind the ball, got a bit kind of like, not scared with the swing, but a bit kind of like stoppy and a bit, felt a bit wobbly and a bit out of control. Then you went back to a 7 and you couldn't hit the bloody ground. So it just shows that adjustment from one club. And that's, again, something you have to get used to, which you will do long term. But it's just to showcase now how difficult that is now. So when you get better, I'm actually doing well when I'm doing this, okay? Because it's a skill you have to develop and get better at, okay? So,
definitely.
Okay, mate?
Yeah, good.
Very, very good. Good stuff, Gaff. Well done.